Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Troll Media and the one, the only, the beautiful, the voluptuous Mrs. Troll Media signing in. We are going to be doing a hi Moose. Hi big guy. Good morning. He's like, Dad, you don't call me weird names like that other Mikey Freeloader does, do you? Yeah. Yep. Oh, and here comes the wiener dog.
Oh, goodness
Oh boy,
gracious.
here it comes.
Moose, come on, baby.
Come on,
Hey,
come on.
hey,
None of
hey,
that
hey.
on camera.
Stop. Go,
Stop.
go. Moose,
Nope.
baby. No.
Moose.
Leave her alone.
Why don't you let him outside, baby?
Here.
Moose, go outside.
Moose.
Moose.
Go outside.
Moose, go outside.
Come on, baby.
Go outside.
Go on.
Anyway, guys, we gotta let the moose out.
Yeah.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hi, babe.
So, guys, Mrs. Troll Media, what are we going to be doing today?
We are making my chili.
Yes, this is going to be a cooking with Mr. and Mrs. Troll Media. And by the way, guys, the reason... Look at her, she's just stretching.
Oh, I thought she was... Never mind.
So Moose is...
Not going to be joining us.
Yeah, because he's horny.
Right.
And she is still in heat. And she actually just had a little date with a teacup Yorkie, actually, named Cooper. So if you guys, if you put a dachshund and a teacup Yorkie together...
And a miniature dachshund.
So they're a miniature dachshund and a teacup Yorkie. And when you breed them together, not that we're breeders or nothing...
It just kind of happened.
It just kind of happened. So they end up having a breed called a Dorkie. So Dachshund mixed with Yorkie. They call it Dorkies.
Pause for reaction. Yep.
What do you think about that, Esme? No? Oh, here she comes again. But we are going to be making... ooh, look at that. Again. Coates 9500. This is for you, man.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. When are you going to come and get that steak I offered you? So what are we making here?
All right. So this is actually not my thought. This is
for me. I'm making my own.
So this is a lot of beans and a lot of tomato stuff and everything like that. That's not everything that goes into mine. I typically will make my chili turkey chili. But this time I'm doing something different. I smoked some pork. And I'm going to be making pork chili this time, and we're going to see how it comes out. So I use pretty much every bean that I like. You can mix it up. You can use whatever beans you like. But I do dark and light kidney beans. I do black beans, pinto beans, navy beans, great northern beans, pretty much all that right there. Something that is a little bit unique to my chili that not a lot of people do is I put corn in mine. I don't just put
porn? Porn and chili. Actually,
Really?
we make porn when it's chili.
Uh-huh.
Anyway.
Okay. So the thing that I do that's different with my corn, I don't just put it in there raw or anything like that. I actually roast the corn before I put it in the chili. It just kind of gives it a little... an added texture.
A little pizzazz.
A little pizzazz, if you will. So that's kind of what I do. I'm going to take you step by step through what I do. I'm not going to give out all my seasonings because, you know, my chili is special. But this is a general idea of the base of what goes into my chili. So I usually just start by cutting up an onion. It's pretty much the first step of my chili. Yeah, I know you're probably supposed to peel it first, but that's not how I kind of do things. I do it my own way, follow my own road. What is happening
Nothing.
here? Okay. You can just discard the garbage
shite.
stuff.
The shiznits.
Yep, pretty much. What are you doing, Ed?
Let you know, baby girl.
Do you want an onion? I'll give it to you. But
You want an onion?
You're gonna hate it. All right.
She wants an onion. Are you
want
gonna have an onion?
All right, here you go. They do not like onions.
She says I give 0 out of 10.
Oh boy.
What?
No, just my eyes.
Eyes
They're
watering?
gonna start watering. That's for sure.
Do you want me to cut the onion for you? And you can
No.
record me cutting onions?
Not really a big deal, babe. You should never really drag your knife along the
Countertop?
countertop like I just did, but
Whatever.
desperate times call for desperate measures. I just want to get the onion part done. You know, I did hear that if you freeze your onion that...
It's harder to cut because it's frozen.
Well, yeah, but also that it helps... It lessens the eye watering. Oh, boy. Good Lord. Ugh. Well, I'm having a hard time seeing now.
Want me to do it?
No, it's fine. I'm going to get it. I just don't usually have an audience for this part. So, okay, guys. So, the onion is chopped, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to brown the corn now. I'm going to roast it. I'm using my cast iron today just because I love my cast iron. And it really distributes the heat evenly, and it's just what I like to do. I'll open up this corn here.
Open up the porn?
And now okay, well, that's not really...
What? Want to drain it?
What do you, yeah. Fuck me up now.
Twice this morning so far.
Jesus.
Pretty much. Why am I stepping on onion? Esme, eat your onion.
So definitely drain off the corn and beans and everything like that, and I'll show y'all what I do with the beans when it comes time to put those in. So I'm going to take a whole can of corn here.
Whole can of porn?
I'm going to grab my trusty... Where is she? Where you at, baby? I'll get you. Hello? There you are. So obviously this is my favorite spoon to use. This is also the it's not really a spoon, is it? It's a wooden utensil. How about that? This is also the...
I use it for other stuff in the bedroom when she's a naughty girl.
Anyway, so this is technically what I cook my gumbo in, and this is my gumbo spatula thing, whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump the corn in here. Toss that away. And I'm just gonna sit here and we're gonna roast this corn here.
Yay, roasted corn.
Now, typically when I'm making it for my taco salads or something like that, I will add a little bit of sugar in there, and it gets a little caramelized. But since I'm making chili, I don't really want the sweet aspect of it in there, because my chili is not a sweet chili. It is a savory chili.
And a spicy chili.
Yeah, it's definitely got a little kick to it, that's for sure.
Little kick in the dick.
Mm-hmm. So that's just gonna like hang out there for a little bit, and I'll let you know when we're a little closer to how I like it. So what I had to do was, because the cast iron, I've never actually roasted the corn in my cast iron before, so I went ahead and took the corn out and put it in a regular frying pan. It's a little bit thinner, so this is a very thick pot, and it is what it is. It's fine. So I transferred it all, and as you can see, it's not yellow anymore. It's more of a brownish golden color, which is kind of what I'm going for. I've kind of been keeping it on low, trying not to burn it, trying not to smoke us out in here. He went ahead and threw the onions in there. That pot will stay warm for a while. But it's probably about where I want it. If I was doing it for my taco bowls, I would get it a lot darker than this, like some black on there. But I just kind of want to keep that real nice, pretty, color in there. I don't know if y'all can see that, but yep. All right, so that's gonna
throw it in there with that now.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So this guy is gonna come back over here, okay, and then I'm just gonna pour all that in there, and I will get rid of this guy here. And I'm gonna cook this for a little bit because I want the onions to get reduced a little bit. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit of
knob of butter too.
Not yet. So I'm going to add a little bit of this infused oil that I've done. Where's my spoon? So this is just fresh minced garlic in olive oil. And you just add, like I said, just a little touch of it in there because I want to go ahead and start to get that garlic in there. If you want to learn how to do this, all you have to do is really just take a full head of garlic, smash all the cloves, put them in a little jar, and put some olive oil in it. And I put it in the fridge. You don't have to. You can keep it on your stove or on your countertop, but I go ahead and put it in the fridge just so that I don't have any problems with it, and it's kept well and I don't forget about it because I'm a little forgetful sometimes. So this is just gonna kind of cook down a little bit, start to infuse that garlic flavor, and you're gonna wait for the onions to get a little translucent and browned a little bit. You can already smell it. It smells amazing. So these guys are just
Smells great, honey.
So I'm gonna let these guys go a little bit. I'm gonna turn down the heat a little bit and just kind of let them simmer out. And I'm gonna go ahead and get open in cans over here, so we'll check back in with you in a little bit. So the onions have become translucent-ish, and the corn is browned a little bit more, which I like. I've went ahead and I've opened up all the cans here that I'm going to use.
Cans?
So I've got 7 cans of beans here. I've got a can of tomato sauce. I've got petite diced tomatoes and a can of tomato paste. So I'm going to go ahead and start by doing a can of the tomato sauce. Just going to go ahead and pour that on in there. And get it mixed in here. Thank you, babe.
Don't thank me. Thank the government.
So we've got that going there.
And that right there is chili. Video's over. No.
A can of the diced tomatoes, just because some people like it a little chunky. There you go. Get a little tomato action going in there. I do a little bit of tomato paste. You don't have to do the whole thing. I mean, just get like the basic amount out and it's fine. There you go.
I'll use the rest of that in mine. I'm actually going to be making some soon too. As soon as we're done doing this, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to stoke up a fire. And I'm going to do mine on my cast iron outside.
So it's really important to kind of get that tomato paste
really
incorporated in there because it's pasty and so it's going to be clumpy.
It's pasty just like Melton John's skin.
Oh, jeez. Have a little bronzer, you'll be fine. Live your best life, honey.
That's funny.
So I'm just kind of mixing that in there.
And guys, I just want to let you know, this is what real good sex sounds like. Oh, God damn it.
So, I'm just going to crank the heat up just a titch. I'm going to grab my trusty little strainer. And I'm going to come over and, I'm sorry, excuse the dishes, y'all. This is disgusting. I should have done the dishes a little bit earlier.
You should have, woman.
Okay. So,
isn't that neat how that works?
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour all the beans that I use in here because, well, I like to rinse my beans. Not everybody does, and that's fine. You don't have to rinse your beans, especially when they're coming from a can. They've, kind of already went through process. Oh, boy. So about about 3 cans is about the max that you can fit in this one. I'm just going to do like a once over little, just to get all that extra. I did buy...
That's extra flavor.
No. I did buy no salt added beans because I like to add my own seasonings to it. So that's the first 3 cans here. And I've got to actually turn down that a little bit because it's starting to... whatever. I can multitask. It's just fine.
I'll just grab that for you, baby.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So you can go ahead and dump that in. If there's a little water, it's fine because it'll boil off anyway. So those are the first 3 cans. Ooh, I might not have enough room for the meat.
Oh, of course, you'll have enough room for my meat.
I might have to switch over to the other pot.
No, there'll be more than enough room. You got
Okay.
what?
4 more cans.
4 more cans.
And that.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right. So go ahead. Start with the next ones. Thank you, sir.
Don't thank me. Thank the government.
These are my favorite. Great Northern beans, y'all. I usually, and the thing is with my chili is if I had the time, I would have just made all the beans dry. Oh yeah. I would have made them from dry, but I just didn't have the time this week, so.
Yeah, because she's working hard to make money for me. So, who's answering to who there? Yeah, that's right, baby.
I thought it was our money.
It is our money.
Mm-hmm. Oops. Lost one.
Crap.
Oop, lost another one.
Lost some beaners.
All right. So these guys are going to go in now. Oof. Goodness gracious.
There'll be enough room.
Yeah, let's reduce this a little bit. And then finally, black beans. Oh, I guess I should have probably told y'all what beans I put in there. So I do.
Well, we showed it at the beginning.
Oh, did we? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. Once those guys off. Oop, some of sea biscuit. That's an odd noise.
It's boiling underneath, baby.
Oh, there we go. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just mix all this in and get it incorporated. It is a very thick chili. I might actually have to add some water at some point to try and. Oof.
Yeah, I might actually have to add another thing of freaking tomato
sauce, but we only have one other can.
Uh-oh.
So
looks like Mike might not be making his freaking
no, he'll
chili.
be fine. He'll be just fine. All right, so all those beans are in there and the corn and everything like that. And you just kind of let it
just make love.
Make love. And now is actually the point where I'm going to start to add my seasonings. So I'm going to start off with just like a little bit of salt here.
More salt. More salt.
Shut up. It's my chili, not yours.
Listen here, lady.
So I'm going to start with that just because some of the other seasonings that I'm using have salt in there. I don't really measure anything, just so y'all know.
She doesn't understand the purpose behind salt.
Anyway, a little bit of cayenne in here.
That's it?
Well,
oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, I've got some other stuff. So I'm going to do a little, garlic powder, a couple shakes of each because I'm going to be testing it along the way. Some regular black pepper. Let's see here. We're going to do a little, even though I did put onion in here, I'm going to do just a couple dashes of onion powder too. And then we're going to do a little tiny bit of red pepper flake just to give it a little, not that it needs more kick, but, And then I'm doing a little bit of paprika.
I love paprika.
Obviously chili powder. We're going to get plenty of that in there.
And then just take a spoonful right from there and you'll love it.
And then we're going to do some cumin because, that's really what makes the chili flavor is the cumin, not the chili powder. And you're talking to me, okay? And we're going to go ahead and kind of start to stir that in here. And that's not it. I got one last spice to add in, which I'll get to in just a moment.
And the meat that we put in here, it's actually extinct now, the meat. And we're going to keep that a secret what the meat is. No, what do we put in there? Chicken, right?
Pork this time.
Oh, yeah, pork.
Now,
my pork.
Now,
pork.
typically, I do put turkey in my chili. I do not use beef. I do not use chicken. I don't use pork, usually. I use turkey. So this will be a change for me. I'm hoping that the taste will still be there because, I like my chili just how it is usually. And then the last, I do add a little bit of this stuff, which it's just a little tomato seasoning, just like little tiny bit. It's supposed to be like a bouillon, but you can use it pretty much to season your soups. I use it when I'm cooking my dry beans. I use those kind of seasonings for that. Go ahead and get that really incorporated there and it'll, thank you. And then my final seasoning is going to be, I'm going to give it a little Cajun twist here. This is what I use for my gumbo, okay? And I'm almost out, so I'm going to have to make another batch of it. But this is my secret Cajun stuff.
And that stuff
So
is
and
amazing.
it's really good. It's really spicy. Really, I'm gonna tell you, you don't really need that much of it. That is probably way more than enough. So I'm just gonna kind of put that around in there. And like I said, I'll
I
taste
used that
it.
as a rub the other day, right?
You did? That's why it's so low.
Yeah, and that's why that was so
with you?
fucking good.
That's why it was so spicy.
It was really good. Mm-hmm. Spicy like you.
So I'm just going to go ahead and mix that up there. And so this will simmer for a while. And then I'm going to add the meat in just a little bit.
Which was smoked
All day.
all day. It was very, very, very tasty. Good meat.
Yep. So this is it for now. Pretty much this is the boring part. It's just going to sit and simmer for a while. And let those flavors get incorporated.
Let them make love.
Pretty much.
There's one extra ingredient that we forgot to put down in there. Sweet potato.
I know it does not sound like it would work, but I'm going to tell you,
It works great.
it works awesome. I love my chili. My husband loves my chili. And this is definitely one thing that I don't want to forget to put in there because it does add a different texture. It adds a different flavor. And I really enjoy the way that it tastes.
Yeah.
Hello. Can you
Careful.
act up? Thank
That
you.
sweet potato is sharp.
So that'll go in there. The chili is over there smoking itself.
Steaming away.
I'm going to have to stir it in just a second as soon as I get done chopping this potato. And then it'll simmer for a while. I got to put the meat in there pretty soon though, so that it can get incorporated.
Yeah,
And
I figured you'd
these-
have enough room.
And these sweet potatoes will give a little extra moisture to the chili.
Moist.
So, moist. But those will need a long time to cook in there. Oops, I lost one, sorry. Oh, I lost another one. That's
Oh,
me.
the doggy's gonna get it.
Yep, they love raw sweet potato. It's actually really good for them. So, I don't mind if they have it.
Yes, Maggie.
Alright. So the chili pot is definitely very full. And,
Ooh, yeah.
very, very thick chili here.
Yep.
But
It
we're
is.
gonna bury those pieces of sweet potato in there and hope for the best here, that it gets a little
Hope
bit
for the best.
juicier.
Prepare for diarrhea.
What? Oh hell no!
No diarrhea there. Oh my! I love this view.
Oh jeez. All right, guys. So I've added the pork in there, and it's simmered for quite some time now. The sweet potatoes are basically done, and it is time to taste test. Grab a spoon.
It looks and smells amazing. So we did put the pork in there, and that is a smoked pork roast. I'm gonna try it. I'll try it.
There it is. Let's blow on it.
Look at that big mouthful. Put it in your mouth, baby. Stick it in your mouth. Is it good? Let me give it a whirl, Earl. It's very good.
Yep.
Tastiness. We need to learn how to can this stuff.
I know, right?
I bet we can just freeze it, but of course, we don't have any room in the freezer for shit. So,
All right, guys. Well, you know what? I think that the next episode, we're going to do cooking with Mr. and Mrs. Troll Media is going to be baking. I've got this beautiful little, and maybe we'll do this next weekend. How about that, babe? Next weekend, we've got this beautiful little pie pumpkin here.
put it in my hand. I want to hold it.
Okay. So,
It's a very nice pumpkin.
we've got the pie pumpkin there. And,
Very comparable in size.
anyway, we'll teach you how to take a pie pumpkin and turn it into pumpkin puree, and you can use that for pumpkin pie or pretty much any pumpkin recipe you could think of. I think we might do, what do you think, pumpkin sugar cookies?
I think so.
Yeah, pumpkin sugar cookies. That'll be next weekend that we'll do that.
Okie dokie.
Well, thank y'all for watching, and if you don't subscribe, make sure you do subscribe. That's what people are supposed to say, right?
Yes. Alrighty.